What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. You know, it is important for us as individuals to hang around the people that we want to be like. And I noticed this even later on in my life. You know, you hear it, but obviously actions are important. When I was in medical school and I was in my 30s, hey, the people that were my friends, some of them are still my good friends to this day, were medical doctors, right? Many of them are practicing right now. We studied together. We became great friends. We became lifelong friends. We helped each other out, understand concepts, understand how to prepare for exams. And had I still been on that role today, that is who my crew would be, okay? Same thing here in the YouTube content creator space. Some of my best friends are video editors, other content creators, people who I want to see myself like, or I'm very respectful of their work. And the same thing should also happen in personal relationships. And this is something that I think that we don't really understand. I get why married people hang around married people. It just makes sense. Although I'm not married, but I understand why married people do it. It's also some commonality in people who are married, and obviously it brings together a bond so that, listen, you know, hey, you're going through the same thing I'm going through, and here's how we work through it. And hey, you know what? The benefits of being married are better than the benefits of being single. But when you want to be a home wrecker, you want to be a vitriol sort of individual, and you're a person that is just, some would say, witch-like, okay? Then you also find yourself hanging out with people like that. And unfortunately, Mowry has went down that dark road. And when you see Mowry with a lot of the talking points of her being selfish, her thinking about herself, even other Black women are noticing it now.
I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. However, Tia has her own reality show. She's talking about her life with her family, or her life after divorcee. She starts talking about her and Tamara's relationship. She starts saying how her and Tamara no longer have a relationship, or they don't have the same relationship that they once had. Like, you're listening to her, but you're like, she really still ain't saying nothing. And I don't understand why are you still talking about this situation? Like, why are you still talking? The people that she's talking about, they don't talk that much about her. I think Corey might have opened up like one time, if that. But he doesn't seem to talk about her that much. But she's also saying a whole lot of nothing. Like, I listen to her and I'm not hearing whatever she's talking about. The only thing I get when I hear Tia speak on her past marriage, and hear her speaking on Tamara, who's really not saying anything about her, is that girlfriend says a whole lot of nothing.
Other Black women are noticing that. But you know what? Mowry is also hanging around the wrong crowd. Now, what am I talking about? I'm not talking about Jackee Harris from Sister, who was formerly on 227. We all loved Jackee Harris back in the day. But this particular person that's sitting there, now I've blurred that person's face, but maybe by the forehead and the body structure, you may know who that individual is. If you don't know who it is, this clip will remind you.
On a consistent basis, one of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, he was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't.
You see, this person is none other than Vivica A FOX. Vivica A FOX, who cannot find amend herself. Now, some people have come after her for her change in looks because of, whatever the case is. I'm not even dealing with that. I don't think that's really the issue here. But this is what Vivica A. Fox is talking about now when it comes to relationships.
Are you dating?
Yeah. To date.
Yeah.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
Why? You're just not into
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that. Because I just believe people make up stories saying who and what they are.
Exactly.
What are you looking for at this stage, this point?
A partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Going to let me go shopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you just spoke.
and I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so if you got a friend.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll be all.
And I don't discriminate. He can be. I'm not against different nationalities. You know that.
Vivica's going to stick around. She's laying down the law. We got some hot topics coming up.
See, Vivica A. Fox can't get a man, and it makes sense because she's hanging out with Mowry. Now, some people say, well, they're just taking a photo. I think they're actually hanging out, and the reason why they're hanging out, just like, Vivica A. Fox was that Kevin Samuels hater who never took any accountability for herself. They are hanging out because they're like each other. They're all bitter and divorced and can't find anybody. And one of the reasons why they can't find anybody, it is not a looks thing. I don't think that Vivica A. Fox, she has put on some weight. I don't think that's the issue. Vivica A. Fox, even when she was considered Vivica A. Fox in her prime, had a hard time finding men despite being very beautiful. The only person that we know of any kind of value that she had was 50 Cent, and he was younger than her at that time. The problem with Vivica A. Fox is that she's not willing to compromise in relationships. And I hate to say this, I don't want to make this racial, okay? But I think that we have in the community, we reward black women for being non-compromising with black men in relationships. And it's only to the point where a lot of women feel like, as long as I'm getting what I need, it's cool. And if I'm not getting what I need, then it doesn't matter. It needs to serve me and serve me only. And I think that a lot of women, I don't know what the percentage point is, could respect that. If men start saying that, which many of them are talking like that now, it's not as respected because somebody has to sacrifice in these relationships. And now men are saying we're not interested in doing that. So we're not going to do that, and we're not interested in doing that, so you should think about someone else. That's the response that men are giving. However, Vivica A. Fox still has not learned because her vitriol and hatred towards men, some can call it misandry, it's obvious. And the reason why it's obvious, because just like her, Lisa Ray, Tia Mowry, no one will deal with you. So of course, these are the people that you need to hang around because you guys don't want to pay for men anymore. That's another thing too. They want men to be in a compromising position with a non-compromiser. And if you don't want to do that, then the dating market is trash. And they want somebody with something to offer that serves them. But you're not Jesus. You're not any kind of the gods out there that somebody can bow down to. So there's no reason to serve you. And women are learning this at a very harsh level. I've never seen it, and I hate to say this because, as much as my commentary is, male-based, I'm not the kind of person that wants to see women struggling. First of all, it's a humanitarian perspective that I have. And I also have lived in places when I see where women are struggling severely, the whole community is struggling severely. And it's very dangerous for people severely. I've been there, okay? I know what it's like when you live in a single motherhood home and, everybody on the block is a single mom, and you don't have very many resources there, and you have everything else that you can see. Now, I'm not trying to say that every single mom is not successful, but I'm talking about in the majority. When I was coming up, that was the case, all right? That was the case. And now what we're seeing is, hey, listen, you can be like this, and I'm not trying to say that women that are single moms are all non-compromisers, but it's just the whole thing of you don't need the guy. Go out there, let the guy fit you, and if he doesn't fit you, stay by yourself. If you want to be in relationships with men, I think it's so important for women to seek out people who are married and hang around them or try to understand from them. But probably one of the reasons why married people don't hang out with single people is because single people have bad habits and just don't understand. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Jackson, back at it again another episode of The Celebrity Junker. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.